Welcome back to the pregame show here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. It is time for the Broadcasters Roundtable. Dave Peck alongside Newport Gulls field reporter Arm Layton and the voice of the Ocean State Waves, Jonah Karp. Arm, we'll start with you. 6 errors in Wednesday's game, 8-6 loss to the Bay Sox. Is that just a blip, or is it something that could continue to be a problem for the Newport Gulls?
Well, the Gulls haven't struggled too much defensively, but we're still trying to figure out that middle infield. We've seen a few different guys shuffle around. We've seen Cole Austin play shortstop. Now Jason Gonzalez played shortstop last game. I think they're still trying to figure out the right recipe with that infield, and until they figure that out, it might be a little more than a blip.
It was very frustrating, not only defensively, but just calls not going Newport's way. Mike Coombs was tossed. He will not be in attendance at the ballpark this evening. But how do you move on from that? Do you use it to fuel you going forward, or can it become a distraction?
Well, it is really frustrating. There was a lot of calls that the team struggled with, and it compromised a lot of at-bats, but you kind of got to put it behind you. That game as a whole, it was sloppy with the umpires and their play on the field. I think it's one of those things that you just got to put behind you and move on to the next day, and it's a new ball game today.
All right, Jonah, we'll toss it over to you. 2 times that the Waves and the Gulls have played, and runners left on base has been the story. When Newport won, it was 17 left on base for the Waves, and when the Waves won, it was 15 left on base for the Gulls. The Ocean State Waves left 11 on in their game against the Keene Swampettes on Tuesday. Is that a problem that is continuing to occur for them?
Well, certainly when they leave runners on base, they can't score runs. That's been a pattern. They only scored 2 against Keene, and that was a Keene team that was pitching an ERA about 6. So they can't leave runners on base. I know you love the stat, runners in scoring position with 2 outs. The Waves this season batting just .210 on the season, with runners in scoring position and 2 outs. That's obviously a problem that needs to change.
That is a stat I definitely like to keep track of. But another stat, don't see it very often, Ocean State not playing in a game since Tuesday. A lot of rain in New England. Rust there. How do the starting pitchers deal with that? Is it something that they pay attention to, or is it just on to the next day?
That's right. The Waves have had a lot of rest over the last 6 days. They've had 4 off days, which is almost unheard of. Vito Morgessi was supposed to start yesterday, Ryan Stark the day before. Both of them had to miss their starts. I'm actually not sure who's starting today for the Waves, but it certainly puts a dent in the rotation and certainly the rhythm of the pitchers.
Ocean State just a half game back of the Gulls for the second spot, 1 game back from the top spot in the South. For the voice of the Ocean State Waves, Jonah Karp, and Newport Gulls field reporter Arm Layton, I'm Dave Peck. Don't go anywhere. The Newport Gulls pregame show continues next right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.